Hello. Is audio is be working today, baby? Yes, perhaps. Perhaps, maybe, I hope so. It do be working. Wonderful. I know it's late. I know. I know it's late. I fucking painkillers taking a while to kick in, man. There's no entry fee. There's none. It's not real. Thank you, Dante. Though, I appreciate it. Thank you. Anti-European stream. You sound sick. No, I am just I don't think since December of last year I haven't had a day without some sort of pain or problem. Last week the breathing problems were kicking in real bad, and this week the back and shoulder pain has been brutal. It has been difficult to walk recently. It sucks. So I didn't want to start stream and sit down at a computer while it was hurting that bad. So I took some autism pills to help quell it a little bit. Slurpy Jar, thank you for the channel membership. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. We're going to Scar should have gotten the legendary from Mecha Kingdoms. I agree. I actually, as much as I would probably be biased and say Scar, I think Wukong should have gotten it. I'm excited to see what Wukong looks like in this actually, because this feels like a skin line that just was designed for Wukong. He feels like he's gonna be a natural fit into this. I have very high expectations for Wukong. I don't know about Darius. I have kind of low expectations for Darius. Fourth legendary. I guess if you want to count the mythic scam, yeah. Like rat skin creators live in fear of the hyper autistic skin creators like Sky to be. Is it like the physics of the Riot office? I don't even know, dude. I have a few rioters who still follow me on Twitter. Just purposely work. Like Fortune also follows me, and she does splash arts for skins. So, yeah, I know Wukong. Yeah, was Wukong's last skin? Was it Elderwood or was it Battle Academia? I think it was Elderwood, right? That was the last one that he got. I'm trying to think if there anything else. Yeah, it was Elderwood. Jeez, that was ages ago though, wasn't it? Wasn't that when Elderwood Wukong was with Elderwood Karthus? That was like 2023 or something, wasn't it? That was ages ago. It's been a while. Jesus, yeah. And then Battle Academia, the less we speak about that abomination, the better. How are you? I'm doing okay. You gotta give me a sec here for the. I say that like I wasn't already doing that. I was just like letting the painkillers kick in a bit so I can uh, have motion in my arm again. uh, June 2023. That's been a while. I just got a second legendary Miro Scar. Oh, this is Darius' third. Darius, if you want to be greedy and count the mythic scam, it's his fourth. He has God King. He got Dunk Master. He had the mythic scam version of God King, and now he has this. Which I'm actually very actually interested to see if what the voice actor situation is, because I was talking about this actually with a couple of my friends last night. That it's so
a
odd in
thingy
2XKO.
people use. Thank you.
There's no
Another legendary
no,
means
it
another
doesn't.
entry fee for Nikki.
That's not what that means. That isn't what that means at all. There's no entry fee. Um. It's champion. What was it? Oh yeah, it's because in 2XKO, most of the voice cast has their original voice actors back for League anyway. You know, Braum, JB Blanc always comes back. All same people for Vi and Jinx and they even got Warwick's voice actor back, which is crazy because he hasn't voiced Warwick since the rework, which was 2017. But they got him back. But then they didn't get Laura Post back for Ari. They didn't get Liam O'Brien back for Yasuo. But then Darius's voice actor, they didn't get him back for 2XKO. But you know who they did get? The guy who voice acts Jarvan. What is a character that released in 2011? So I don't know what's going on there. So I don't know what he's gonna sound like in this thing, but we get B Lux in the next decade. I hope we get B skins for every champion. Hello, you from Boy? That's me. They get Alawi. Alawi's VA isn't the one from League. Alawi's VA is like the same situation with Reed Shannon with Echo, where the person who voices Ilawi in League has voiced them only in League, and then the new voice actress has voiced them in everything else. You know, she voice acted her in Ruined King and LOR, so she is technically the more staple Ilawi VA at this point. Same with, you know, how Reed is, he's voiced Echo in Convergence, LOR, Arcane, TextKale. He's voiced him in everything. So it's all kind of strange. Teemo's voice actress, they get her back all the time, so.
Hey, it's a thingy people use. Thank you.
Hi Nicholas J. Boy.
Oh.
Hope you are doing as good as you can be.
Yeah.
Darius gets his third legendary, but where is my legendary Kindred skin, Riot?
Yeah.
Also, this is totally not an entry fee cause it doesn't exist.
It's not an entry fee. There is that. It's not really, you're right. I remember Alawi's League VA, though. I think I would kind of agree in some instances. I think when Alawi's new VA is actually allowed to shine and go all out and be really bombastic, I think Alawi's new VA is good at the moments where she's allowed to be loud, but I think in her more quiet, somber moments, the League VA kind of has the edge. She has this more naturally booming voice whenever she talks. Even when she's just talking, it's like, you know, the one was like, "This is the first lesson," but in League she's like, "This is the first lesson." Like, you know, I obviously can't replicate it, but maybe you know what I mean. Whereas Twitch's legendary. What would they even do for a Twitch legendary? What would you do? Please no more P and Z chance for Turks KO. Well, the thing is, I think they got all the staples. There's probably a few that you could still add in there that would, like Jace. Or I guess Jace would probably be good. Oriana could be interesting. Singed, maybe you can figure out how to make him work. But I think as far as like the staples of PNZ, they got all the bases
Here is
covered.
my sub for you. Favorite gremlin and
Oh,
famous voice actor of Pepino Spaghetti,
that's
Nicky
me.
Boy Heart.
I did do, yeah, I did do that. There's only room for one of us in this pizza tower. That's my famous line. Thank you, Ghost Luigi, for the 45 bucks. I appreciate that. Very mind we lose Leland a bit more so we can have Liam. I mean, I don't know what the... Okay, I'm going to need to get clued in on this.
It's a surprise!
Maybe
Hey Nick, your voice sounds good. I'm gonna be celebrating my fiance's birthday,
Hey.
but I saw you were live and I wanted to leave my prime here. Love you, bye.
Okay. Have a good fiance birthday celebration, Vivir. Thank you. 32 bucks. I appreciate it. Thank you. From the Void, who would fit? From the Void, I'd pick either Kha'Zix or Vel'Koz, probably. I think Kha'Zix is with the cadence that you'd have to bring Rengar in at the same time. Vel'Koz could work just on his own. He'd just be Shumagarath. So, what I meant to say was that this. What is the context here? Is there context? What is this? What is this skin? I don't know what this means. Panda Pal Lux. What is the Panda is the context. Okay. It's charity. Okay, for what charity? Is it a panda charity? World Wildlife Fund, I think. Okay. I just don't know what this is. It just feels very random, you know. I don't know what it is. Save the pandas. Do you think they? Hmm. I was like, if you're gonna do a panda skin, I would have thought you would have picked like
Watch out!
one of
Daisy
the bears.
Stampede!
Asuka. Thank you for the raid, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome. Oh, Jesus. Welcome, everyone. Hello. Welcome in. No, but popular lady. Well, that's why I was like, maybe they picked Lux because she's more popular. Maybe they'll just get more. What's the percentage rate? Like, how much of the skin is being donated to charity? Because usually they do a split like 50-50 or something. Iron, but Daisy's a big panda. See, that I would have loved that, but Iron would have sold nothing. 200, 100, two. Wait, is it 200% or 100%? Do I have any sources as a charity skin? That's just what I've heard just now. All proceeds, but okay. So yeah, so 200% because it's all proceeds and 100% match. Okay, that's cool. That's very nice. So in that sense, yeah, maybe picking the popular champion was a good idea, even if it feels very random to me. I'll allow it. It's for charity. So I'll allow it, even if I do not understand the connection between Lux and Pandas at all. Yeah, that's what I kind of get. It's like, it's cute, but huh? What is I don't know what I don't know what the context is at all. Lux and her famous pandas. Yeah, it's like like they introduced like rubber ducky Jace. It's like, what? Huh? What does this have to do? And I think it also, it gets, it confuses me as well because the panda theming is what on her staff, and that's kind of it. I don't know. That would instantly be the best J skin. I guess it, like the context of me explaining is like, that's why it confuses me, because I don't assume that the pandas themselves are going to show up anywhere else but the legendary, maybe for visual effects or something. But like the actual skin design, remove the pandas and there's basically no pandas here. So it's just a bit confusing to me. Yeah, it's probably in the recall, yeah. And some skins are not hard on context, just look pretty and unique for the character. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people would agree with you. Just for me personally, a lot of value for skins for me comes from the context. I think the context behind a design can severely increase its interest, I guess, you know? Or if it's a fun spin on an existing character's concept, you know? The Corporate Mundo is probably one of the best examples I can think of, where that is a hilarious spin on Mundo's character, and it's executed really well. Even as for as simple of a concept as it is, just putting Mundo in a business suit, it's done really well. Yeah, like just something. So like usually the context is important for me. I know it's not for everybody. Sometimes a lot of people just really like if skin looks cool or looks cute. That's why Nightbringer and Dawnbringer still sells to this day. And then this is the new splash. Did they change the splash at all for traditional Victor? Because I remember they took him off the market because they wanted to make him thicker. So he's back. He was on PBE a while ago, and then they took him down because they wanted to make him wider to better match the old Victor. Old Victor was a lot more
it's a
bulky
thingy
than the new
people
one.
use. Thank you.
I'm already calling Nikki using the Kung Fu Panda clip. You're a panda.
I used that clip several times. I love that clip though. They doubled his booty, yeah. He has 5 fingers now. No, he's got 4 fingers. No, did he have 5 fingers before? Because if he has 3 fingers now, that's actually more accurate to the old Victor. 4. Haha. Victor Mace complains that it's still not enough. So maybe they changed the splash because they gave him. Did he have 5 fingers before? Now I'm confused. So I think no. I'm just looking at the splashes first, and then I got all the skin spotlights of all the everything there. Wukong looks kind of sick, man. You know, red, white, and gold. That's a good color palette, dude. That's a good color palette. He's a sloth in a metal costume, of course. First to be able to catch you live. Good to be. Oh, well, welcome, Sudden Implosion. Welcome. Is Ra the legendary? I think Wukong, it's due time for him to get a legendary. Yeah, it's due time. Wukong already had a robot theme skin. What is his? Oh, he had Lancer. Yeah, you're right. Lancer kind of sucks though. The difference between Wukong and Skarner getting Mecha Kingdoms is that Battlecast is like a peak skin. Lancer. That not the best. Then Darius. Kind of looks more like Garen, but I guess that's what happens when you remove the face. Did they give him a scar on the mech? I don't know. I can't really see. Any genre kaijus could go so hard. I think it's maybe just a gripe that I have with a lot of these anime themed skins. This one, Mass Justice, is another good example. Thankfully, they started doing it with Star Guardian in the last couple phases that they did. But they always make these skin lines and have a whole bunch of heroes with no villains to fight. They're always just nameless worm things in the splash arts. Like, you have so many monster champions, Riley. Come on. Or you could take a fun spin and have like the semi-human characters become more monstrous, have actual villains for them to fight. You know, if they're supposed to be like Power Rangers and Gundam and all this shit, like you gotta give them some villains, man. Not even just like monsters, but like some villains, so you have some variety within the skin line itself. That's why Anima Squad, I think, was so much better when they introduced Primordian. And they don't have to all be big monsters like Rek'Sai. You can have in-betweens like Briar and Aatrox. Like, it works really well. It enhances the skin line so much, I feel. Yeah, we need a proper kaiju skin line. Or at least incorporate kaiju into something like the Mecha Kingdoms. Feels like it was a natural fit. Did he move out to NA? No, I've always been in North America. I just would always stream a bit earlier to be a bit more friendly to the viewers who live in Europe. It's just today, one, I woke up late because sleeping has been difficult, which great news. On top of all my health problems, now there's mice in my walls. Yay. So sleeping difficult, and also woke up and in a lot of pain from back and shoulders. So it was yeah, so I kind of had to postpone the streaming time that I normally do. That's me, sorry. Stop biting the walls. It'd be fine if they were just like kind of scurrying about, but the thing is that they chew. They chew on the wood, and you hear just like a Are you American? No, I'm Canadian. Very different. Dude, never call me American again. Do not associate me with them. Need more cats? I got one, and that's plenty. The Yi mains finally found me. All the Yi and Yone mains in my walls. Like a Kaiju Volibear. See, that'd be good, yeah. Like a Kaiju Volibear or a Kaiju Orn, kind of like the semi-humans, or a Nasus even. Nasus maybe a bit redundant on Nasus because we have all these evil Nasus skins already, but what if 2 cat? I can't get a second cat because Gizmo absolutely loathes other animals except dogs, weirdly enough, or at least the dog my aunt had, but like she hates other cats. She will not tolerate them, so we can't get another one. That's a Canadian question. Timmy's or Starbucks? Tim's. Easy. No question. I don't even like go to Tim's that often, but like Starbucks is so goddamn expensive. It's just not worth it, man. It's way too expensive. Gizmo like Batman against other cats. She's like old man Batman from Batman Beyond. Cuz she turned 17 the other day. So she's an old cat. Love from Tyler. Hey. She's like orange, 3 eyes, split mouth like Predator, mechanical arm. Yeah, you could do some crazy shit. Be really cool. The best Batman show. I never watched a whole lot of Batman Beyond, so I'm not like super knowledgeable about it. But I know some stuff. I know about the Jokers. I know about freaky old, what was his name? Ghoul, where he just talks like oh, what's his name? Shit, I'm blanking on it now. Who's the guy who plays King Louis in the Jungle Book remake? Oh, what's his name? He's been in so many things too. I'm just blanking on the name right now. Why does Darius look like a mecha break? I don't know. Ra's al Ghul. No, like the actor. Christopher Walken. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Ghul is like the future, air quotes, future Scarecrow. He just sounds like Christopher Walken. Are you going to stream on the 16th? I did. It's just, it's the VOD is gone because there was copyrighted music in there. And also there were teasers to upcoming videos that it's like you had to be there to see it. Young Justice top tier DC series. I liked Young Justice a lot when I was younger, and then I rewatched it, and I don't feel like it held up as well. But what are the news? There's Mecha Kingdoms, and there's a Lux here. How old are you? I turned 27. So I am ancient. I was on Prehistoric Planet Season 3. Excited. Wait, is it out? I didn't know if it was out yet or not. Haha, old. All the toys are... Yeah, you can't say shit, man. That's Nicky, man. Ooh. In Justice League Dark, yeah, I'm not like a big fan of most of those DC animated films though. Like for the most part, they're fine. They're okay. I liked Flashpoint though. Flashpoint was fun. "21 people think I'm 30. Yeah, I'll take it as a compliment that at least like when I say that I'm like I was 26 or like now I'm 27, like people didn't think like, oh, you don't sound like that. Like, oh, cool, that's nice. There's a teaser trailer for it though oh yeah, for the like the baby sloths. Yeah, I saw that. I'm excited. It's so funny that they got Tom Hiddleston to be the narrator for it. I'm gonna miss David Attenborough, but getting Tom Hiddleston to voice the Ice Age one, that's kind of clever. I thought you were 60 to 20. I mean, that's cool. Dumb's like 40. Yeah, Dumb's is like 50. Yeah, if you could believe it. What does being 27 sound like? Ask us a 27-year-old. Who knows? Who knows? It is like, it makes me like I wither away when I realize like people say like they started playing League when Silas came out, and they say stuff like Silas and Nico are old champions, and I just like I collapse. I become hyper realistic Pim. I was like, oh, what old or like they don't know that Mordekaiser got reworked, or like just oh god. I started doing Brodo. Oh god, the boomer. I'm like as League boomer as you can get. I was playing in season 1, dude. And stopped during Mel. Yeah, dude, I was like, oh, new champion. Yeah, like Bard. Bard was over a decade ago now. Seraphine is an old champion. Yeah, see, to me, like, the Seraphine's still fresh. Yasuo's 12. Jesus. See, but Yasuo is, like, so ingrained into everything that Yasuo feels like, even before he was released, it feels like Yasuo was always there, even if he wasn't. Everyone else is old to me besides Wei. Ooh. Middle of season 3, yeah. So that would have been middle of season 3 was what? That was like Quinn, Thresh, those guys. Season 3 was like Quinn, Thresh, Aatrox, Jinx, I think, stuff like that. Old Aurelion, yeah, when Aurelion first released. They teased new champions with game things like Kindred Mass and Scarl in the bushes. That was one thing. I forgot to mention that when I was doing the presentation about the upcoming videos and stuff. That was one thing that why I've been stuck on season retrospectives a bunch is I feel like I didn't do a good enough job at actually having it be a retrospective.
Hello.
Because in season 6 I completely glossed over how they revealed Kled, which was one of the weirdest and craziest ways they'd ever teased a champion ever, and I completely omitted it because I just did a recap of like, oh yeah, Kled's fun, here's some memes. I feel like I need to do a better job at that. Actually, like, yeah, this, now it's like it's getting to the point where there are plenty of people who never even experienced it or completely forgot about it. Old runes, where you had to buy the runes or earn them, I guess, but you had to buy rune pages. That was when rune pages really mattered because you couldn't change them while in Champion Select. You got teasers like this was Belveth. I think it's because this year they've been approaching it differently. Like Yunara and Zehen are being teased well ahead of time, but through stuff like motion comics and cinematics where they're teased at but not revealed in the same way that Belveth got like a launch trailer. I think that might, and I'm just speculating, might also have to do with the fact that every time those teaser trailers kept getting leaked, like that the Belveth trailer got leaked like a day beforehand or something. Just kind of sucked. Didn't LeBlanc ASU have something in the new map? I don't remember. I know that the map changed when LeBlanc came out, but I think that was just for visual clarity things, even though personally I like the original Noxus map more than the redesigned one. But yeah, Melon and Besta got the benefit of being arcane, so that's like an entirely separate can of worms. The days of running unoptimized room pages. Yeah, what a time. Well, we got some oops. We got some Mr. Spotlight's videos. I'm curious. I kind of want to see what they did with Victor first. Because hopefully it'll show like a comparison at the end. Oh, it was a comparison right from the start. Okay, cool. Wait, what? His arms are thicker? Slightly, yeah, I get, yeah, his arms are a little thicker, yeah. Am I going crazy? Or they look like practically identical. It's very minute. Compare them side by side, it's hard to notice that he is bulkier. Let me grab let me just take a look at the Skid Spotlight's Bird App account. Maybe he posted a comparison. Oh. Well, he didn't, but there's a reply. Wow, that is not much. He's got a little, yeah, he's not as skinny here. It is, that is very minor. Like the forearms are a bit larger and the waist is not as thin. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad change, but yeah, like a month delay for that feels a bit strange. I'm not a model. I'm not a character model. 3D is nightmare for me, so I don't know how much this like doing that messed with the model, but it seems very minor differences. Good change, but strange. I don't know. I still think the skin is sick as fuck, so whatever.
Hello.
Whatever. Remember the old jungle? Oh, back with Wraith Camp. White Wraith. Yeah, there's Panda. She's got like the Lunar Revel kind of. I don't even know what to call this. Almost like the Halo sorts. They changed the animations, did they? Oh, wait, does he have a run? He does. He's got like the little run. You see that? Look, he's got like the little run. Okay. All right. Okay. Bit more changes than meets the eye. That's not bad. The scarf? The scarf looks about the same. This goofy ass laugh, yeah. Oh, they changed the background here, so it's more orange instead of the blue it was. That's more easily noticeable. Yeah. Alright. I miss his laugh, dude. Yeah. Oh, is his auto different, or is he just like cycling between the different auto animations there? Oh, maybe just cycling between them. I don't know. Plus, does Chromos change the texture like they used to? Dude. Okay. I mean, kind of related. So if Skarner got a traditional skin, and you could have chromas of the different gem colors, holy moly. that would be incredible. Oh my, you could have like all kinds of different, you could have like Emerald Skarner and Ruby Skarner, Diamond Skarner, like you could have all the different kinds of gems. Holy shit, man. That'd be awesome. These chromas, yeah, they're not great. Yeah, there's chroma, he didn't get any chromas on his new skin. The red one's okay. I don't mind this this kind of white teal one either. This one's pretty nice too. I've noticed though what happens is like Riot 99% of the time the yellow ones are ass garbage. I don't know what it is. They always mess up the yellow ones in almost every skin. Oh, my bubblegum scar. Yeah, like a pink scarner. Transplant color palette, Victor. Yeah. I mean, yellow is a difficult color to get right, but still. That's why you got to pick complementing colors. You got to get some purple in there. Helps a lot. Some purple or some orange is nice. That helps complement it well. Even some green. But yellow and gray is like, ugh. It's a low saturated yellow too. So that was my favorite color. Yeah, it's a difficult color to get right. It very easily, I think it above any color has the most potential to look gross. It's also because like yellow is associated with quite a few gross things, so I guess that helps. But if you got an ASU, would you like to get a traditional skin? Yeah. I mean, if any champion gets an ASU, I want them to get a traditional skin. I think it's very, very good. I personally, I see no downside to a character getting a traditional skin. Unless the design is like so similar to the original, then it, like with Teemo, that wouldn't make any goddamn sense. But I see no downside in having a traditional skin anytime a character gets a rework. It's a time capsule, basically. I think it's great. Get Panda luck. Panda Pal luck, sorry.
A beacon in battle.
Ah. Lux, you need an ASU so badly. Shinzao traditional. Still giving the line in the middle of his face? Yeah.
Keep believing.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, maybe Nidalee's the one exception. Maybe we don't need old Nidalee. No, you have the workaround is you have Nidalee visual update and it's the LOR, and then traditional Nidalee is the Wild Rift design, and there you go. That's how you do it. What did she throw? What is that? What did she throw out? Is that a... What am I looking at here? Thought it was a sandwich. Tofu block? Alright. Two marshmallows.
The world has seen enough darkness.
I like the sound effects on the E.
Shadows. No more holding back.
The sound effects are cool. Transformers. She's not recycling the flower. That'd be crazy if they used the flower again for this. And there's, oh, I just noticed the little panda actually comes out to fire the laser. That's nice. Panda blast. Uses his panda abilities. Ooh. There's some nice chromas here. That pink one's really nice. I like this green one too. This purple one back here is good. This black and gold one's nice. I think actually for the most part all the chromas are pretty nice. This one's a little bit messy. Green, orange, brown, and blue is a little bit cluttered, but for the most part these are pretty nice. The blue one's just porcelain. Maybe a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. It's not bad. Again, I don't know what the fuck the context is behind this at all. So I feel I don't have a place to commentate on that. But you know, it's charity. Who cares? Whatever. It's Lux as well. I think Riot has historically, whenever they do a charity skin, they always pick the champion that it feels like they categorically picked them. That's the champion that's going to sell the least. You know, Star Guardian comes out, and they have Akali and Morgana and Fiddlesticks and Kaisa. And, like, I love her, okay? But they know what they were doing when they picked Talia. Or Elderwood comes out. They know what they're doing when they pick Ornn. Like, they know what they're doing, man. They know they're going to have the charity skin. They're going to pick the character that's not exactly going to yoink away too many profits. So having it be Lux is like, okay, damn, all right. You're going to use a Lux skin for charity? Right on. Let me get the Wukong. I mean, he looks cool. He looks cool as a mech. I guess he's a mecha, I guess. Different.
Put me to the test.
One that, right off the bat, excellent auto attack sounds. That's satisfying. That's some satisfying auto attacks. Though I think Wukong that historically has had really satisfying auto attacks, so. Already had a Mecha Wukong Rito. It looks good though. That's what I was saying at the start though, is like it's the same thing with Skarner, where Skarner already had a mecha skin. The difference there is that Battlecast is really, really good. Lancer Wukong. That is much. So it feels less like repeating and like, okay, let's try this again. That has to be work in progress, right? I think the W might be missing some voice filters there. So, but just monkey, yeah. How's the ult though? Ooh. Ooh, I like that. That is nice looking. Oh, we make Kaiju? Yeah, that's what I've seen a bit. It's kind of, it's almost like you got the spinning fire, but then there's also a trailing impact line behind it. Interesting. So for mecha, like you want it to look cool. The only problem is that because Wukong isn't a legendary, he doesn't get the benefit of having unique animations. So, you know, he doesn't sell it as much of him being gigantic, which is the benefit that Jax gets, right? And I'm hoping Darius does too. Still turns to stone. This is still one of the weirdest death animations in the whole game. Like, what is this? Why does Wukong do this? Why does this... Oh, jeez. The chromas are difficult to look at because Wukong moves around way too goddamn much. Yeah, you gotta have your, oh, what are they called again? I always forget these things. What's the one that this color scheme's from? Evangelion? That's the one. The other one isn't the worst, but it ain't great. Yeah, it's not bad. I'd say out of all of these, maybe... I think the base color scheme kind of got the best, personally, but the green one's not so bad either. It's okay. The chromas are fine. Darius. All right. He has a... Oops. He's got a chainsaw axe, though. Which he's technically had that before with... Dreadnova? Dreadnova Darius, the Warhammer 40k one. Although it does kind of look like a pizza cutter. It's true. Aatrox looking ass. Yeah, I kind of see it. I do kind of see it, actually, yeah. He's got the helmet shape. Kind of looks like his horns, and he's got that kind of the face here with the mask, even the little chin thing. Kind of sounded like Aatrox, actually. Okay. Charge Blade. I think it would be Switch Axe in that case, wouldn't it? Well, I guess Charge Blade, yeah, does have the chainsaw.
Oh, we're eating good tonight.
Excuse me? No. What? That's just Monster Hunter. That's literally just Monster Hunter. It's literally just so tasty. What the fuck is this? Why in the mecha skin line? That's okay. Well, because I mean, Jax has... He makes an egg or something, doesn't he? I'm confused as to why it's in this skin line, but okay, sure. That's funny, we're just mentioning Switch Axe and Charge Blade. What?
Oh, we're eating good tonight.
The thing is, you know what's funny? Is that Capcom technically doesn't own the rights to the original So Tasty theme, and it's why it keeps sounding... Like, it's strayed further and further away from the first-gen version. Because they technically don't have the rights to it. Because they didn't make it. So, I feel like they maybe could have just used the complete original one. How big might this grill be? Oh, it's big. You know what? Okay, sure. Yeah. So tasty. The animation's nice. All right, I'm sold. Okay, you got me. All right, I was not expecting. Now he's got a hunting horn. All right, man, go out. You just trying to take Darius or trying to take Mordekaiser's job or what? You don't even play Darius. They don't know. Rule of cool, don't ask questions. That's what I'm looking at. I'm like, Jesus. There's so much voice filters, I cannot tell if that's the original Darius VR or not. It sounds a lot like Aatrox, which is kind of funny. Ooh. The jet's activating when he gets into full stacks. The chainsaw blade when he does the Q. Okay. It's not the OG. Okay. Okay. Yeah, an actual legendary with full-on new animations for everything. The E one doesn't look that different, but... So he does activate the chainsaw blade pretty much every time he does an ability, which is interesting. He's just in the Savage Axe over and over, yeah. Yeah, so like anytime he uses an ability, it goes into the chainsaw mode. Just like, I was just, you know, I'd like to think that this is like all the chainsaws and stuff are a subtle reference to Savage Axe from Monster Hunter, but then it's like, yeah, subtlety, not exactly very subtle with this. Where are the bleed stacks? I don't even know what that is. Nice crit animation too. Not bad. Does he get the score counter that Jax does, though, is the question. Or are they just going to reserve that now for, Oh, he's got the Jets. Jax had those too. He does not. Yeah, I would expect as such. You know, this one? This white and gold? This green one, too, actually. Damn, the green and brown. And he still has the Evangelion one. Yeah, pretty much all the chromas except this red one. The red one's a bit, But the rest of them, those are pretty good. Pretty good chromas. That black one's pretty good, as well as the purple axe as well. Kramage is ruse from God King. I guess I don't use God King that much, so I wouldn't recognize it if it was. It's Mech Scion. I mean, the red one's always like the ruby chromas, so. Looks like Project Mord. I think the only major complaint I'd have is I think the walk cycle looks a bit floaty. You know, like it's like what is it? Mecha Volibear gives me a similar feeling where they made his walk animation really floaty. Mecha Jax kind of walks the same. Yeah, whenever I think of like the best mecha skins, I think of Scion. Where Scion has like these big, heavy steps. Galio does too as well in Wild Rift with Mecha Galio. So, I don't really know the lore behind this, the context behind another Mecha Kingdoms. It seems to me that it is going for rule of cool above all else. That's the vibes I get from it anyway. With the guitar and the chainsaw axe. Like, it's just trying to be cool the best it can. And it's cool. It does look cool. Do I think Darius needed a third legendary? No, not really. I feel like I would have preferred to see this. You know, you could have given, if you want to do the Monster Hunter thing, Insect Glaive for Wukong is right there. That would have worked well. I think they probably should have given it to Wukong personally. Given him a legendary. Darius is obviously the more money-making champion, but better than God King, worse than Dunk Master. It's so difficult to top Dunk Master, though. That's the problem. And God King is also going for a rule of cool. So I'd argue in that retrospect, yeah, like I think it's better than God King. If it's just trying to be badass Darius, I would appreciate this. I appreciate this more than God King, but also God King and is, you know, it's part of the whole scaling that's kind of just mobile game slup. You know, when Jinx comes to Fortnite item shop, I don't play Fortnite at all, so I have no idea. Power fantasy. Yeah, we just want to be like a badass guy, I guess. Oh, I'm gonna put my fan on. Let's see. Darius also got a prestige in January, but no one talks about that one. Well, because it was kind of ass. So, yeah. I mean, we're in the era now of triple dipping. What, Lee Sin got a third one. Ari got a third one. Darius did. I'm surprised Yasuo hasn't, honestly, or Lux hasn't. Although Lux doesn't even have. She has Elementalist and Dark Star, right? I guess if you want to count Cosmic and Dark Cosmic as two different skins, but barely. More like they're just barely different. Forgot there was a Prestige Stars. Yeah. Who's gonna have fourth one? Fourth one's probably gonna be Ari or Yasuo. Ivern Legendary. Probably in 2096. Once Yasuo's gotten his 50th Legendary. That's true. He has 3 exclusive on Wild Rift. Yeah, that's true. Doesn't Aatrox work for this? The Aatrox already has a Mecha Aatrox, though. That one would be very redundant. But he would fit this skin line, which is probably why they already gave him a Mecha skin. It was the first skin he ever got, actually. The Fortnite Leagues. Oh, I've seen them. The Jinx and Vi ones. Can we get a winter skin, I wonder? I want it to be Ivern. My dream skin line is Christmas Tree Ivern, Reindeer Lilia, Santa Claus Ornn, and Krampus Volibear. That is like my mega copium. And then throw Candy Cane in there for good measure. That's my dream perfect skin line. That is entirely tailored to me. I'm waiting for Kaiju Warwick. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like a full-on... Yeah. You know what? I feel like Warwick is the kind of champion that would have had a legendary by now. Because he's relatively popular. For monster champions, like him... Was it Warwick? Probably... Warwick, Kha'Zix, and Volibear are really weird that they don't have legendaries yet. In terms of monsters, they're pretty popular. And Kha'Zix has been popular forever. They hate him. I mean, hey, you see what they did to him in Arcade? Crazy stuff. I guess... Oh, is there no... There's no splasher for Wukong. Okay, I'll just switch the scenes then. Fright Night Briar. Yeah, she would have been a good fit, yeah. True Ice Malphite. It'd be okay, I think. Be interesting. Yeah, he had one in Wild Rift, but yeah, it's an exclusive. Wukong should have been the legendary of this line. Yeah, I agree. I think he should have for sure. Croissante, that's what I'm talking about. April Fool's doesn't come around. There's no Croissante again. Come on, guys. Need a Briar skin. Well, the last skin Briar got was last year, right? It was Primordian. I keep thinking that Briar got another skin because she got the Shork cosplay in TFT. And the new Darius legendary. I think it's Darius and Lux are on two opposite ends of the spectrum, where Lux is just for me feels like no context, just trying to be pretty. Darius feels no context, just trying to be cool. So how will they succeed at that? I think Darius is pretty cool. I think Lux looks pretty nice. I do agree that Wukong absolutely should have been the legendary here. Victor, it's the same skin but with minor improvements. Personally, I think they should have just released it and then released the updates now. You know, I feel like the skin should have just, the changes are so minor. I guess there's a couple animation tweaks, but like it's tweaks. They're not dramatically reinventing the skin. I feel like it would have just been, here's the skin. You can enjoy it now, and you know, in a month or so, we're gonna have even more improvements. It'll be even better for you guys. But you know, you can have it now. It feels weird to delay it for like a full month for minor fixes. I don't know. They should hire. Riot would hate to have me, because I'd make all the wrong decisions for them anyway. They would not want to have me on board. I guarantee you that. They'd be like, hey, you know what? I think we should have an Ivern skin this year, and they shoot me in the head immediately. And Darius already has 2 legendaries, yeah, so I'd make all the wrong financially. I make all the wrong decisions financially. I'd say, okay, we're gonna take like that. We're gonna spend the next like 6 years, and we're gonna visually update every champion that needs it. We're gonna make sure that every champion gets 1 skin per year, and we're not gonna double dip into anything. Just every champion gets a skin each year. We're gonna have a new game mode every 4 months or 3 months even. And then Riot would go bankrupt immediately. Called Jax a buffoon. Oh, he does. Oh, that's kind of funny. But yeah, for the most part, these are pretty good. I appreciate. I think maybe you know what it is as well is I think now I'm just like, I'm accustomed to legendary skins this year. Just kind of absolutely just they suck. You know, legendary skins this year have been kind of ass. But I think that's just because so many of them have just been recycling animations from the base version. You know, we got Jin. Ugh. Maybe Ascension. Oh, I'd love to see Ascension come back. I guarantee you, how many people in here have never heard of Ascension, the game mode? I guarantee there's players who don't even know what the hell that even means. Legendary Dunkmaster set skin. I think they should have a full Dunkmaster team. I agree. I have no idea. Ascension, the TFT augment? Yeah. Yeah, it was on like a little Shurima map, where you'd go around collecting little mini objectives, and then Xerath would be in the center. If you killed him, you got a big buff for your whole team. And it was like ARAM, where you couldn't recall. The only way you could actually get items and stuff is if you died. I remember playing Old Mundo in that mode. Good times, good fun. Twisted Tree Line. I say that I agree with Twisted Tree Line for the sake of everyone else. Because I never much enjoyed Twisted Tree Line. So me wishing for it to come back is for the sake of everyone else who loved it. I really, if it came back, I'd be like, that's cool. I don't really care. I didn't really like it. Void-based map. I feel like it was, you know, void-based map would have been an opportunity when they had all the void updates, the grubs and Baron and stuff. Back when Azir was released. Yeah, they had that whole wave of Shurima stuff, so. Yeah. Is there anything else to even mention about these? I don't think there's much. Brought Winter Map. That's true. Winter Map is back. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh. Where it was.
Hand painting everything and the map itself is a lot of effort, and not to mention there's gameplay clarity. And we're New Zealand, right? So I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull it off.
I guarantee that snow did not last long in Los Angeles.
Winter Map is coming back, everyone. Winter 2025 and summer 2025 somewhere else. It's winter.
One of the last Winter Blast skins?
Summoner's Rift.
A few years ago, I think it's 2023. Although I'm hoping, because this is very clearly taking more inspiration from Winter Wonder than Winter Blessed. This feels way more Christmas. Like, yeah, look, even there, they have Santa Braum and Christmas Tree Ivern, and they're using all the Winter Wonder themed skins. I would hope this means that we're getting winter. Oh my god. You're as beautiful as the day I lost you. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, please. Oh, please. Please let this be that we're getting this as a skin of some regard for Urgot. Oh, please. That would be amazing. I know Urgot already got a skin this year. There's no way Urgot of all champion is double dipping for a year, but Ice Hockey Echo or Glacier Tarek. Yeah, I could see it. Braum hasn't gotten a skin in 4 years. Yeah, Brahman is an enigma because everyone loves him, but nobody plays him. Oh my god, the Baron with the little scarf and the mittens on every hand is just so good. Oh, it's beautiful. He's even got little Christmas lights on his horns there. Like he's got little lights dangling off of him. Oh, he's great. Oh, true. Braum got Grill Master. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did. Ah, beautiful. I think it's also, I want, because we haven't had Christmas themed skins, I think since Santa Braum, or it might have been Santa Draven, might have been the last one. Regardless, it has been ages since we got actual Christmas holiday themed skins. They've always been kind of vaguely, you know, snow and wintry themed, winter blessed. Winter Blessed, I think, was fun the first time, but then the second time was... Especially because it was really weird that they had Senna, Lucian, Hecarim, and Thresh, and then they didn't do anything with that. I felt like that was the perfect opportunity to make it sort of... Especially because if Lucian was meant to be the protagonist in some ways, like to go to rescue Senna in Ruination, then you have the role reversal where now it's Senna avenging Lucian and you have Hecarim. Like, that feels like it would have just been a fun way to have a reinterpretation, like a weird retelling of Ruination from a different perspective from Senna's point of view. But then they just like threw in Silas and Camille. They were just there. So it was odd. The Nico Winder drop was last real Christmas skins. There's no way Nico was the last. Surely they had. Cause when did the cursed reindeer? Because I think the last one was either Santa Braum or whenever it was reindeer Poppy with Jinx and Santa Draven might have been the last ones. I think a new skin line with the Mecha Kingdoms like Leviathans or something. Give my boy Charlie the Legendary. That's what's just like they keep making these heroic skin lines, and they don't give many villains to fight. Reindeer Cogba. That was the last true Christmas skin. It's true. These combos you're saying sound so weird. 2 years before Nico's Draven. Ew. It's still great that the Winter's map's coming back. It's different. It's not they didn't just bring it back and it's not the same thing. It's new. I think it looks a lot better personally. The old Winter map was very, very bright. And that was a complaint that a lot of people had, was that it was really difficult on the eyes. See if I can find the old version. Will this show it, or will this just be a still image? No. That's just the music. Dude, YouTube's search function sucks. I don't want to explore more. Show me results for the thing I searched. God damn it. Oh god, that's not the one I was looking for, but there's the original one. No, not you. There
Hey
we
guys,
go.
welcome on the next one.
There we go. Yeah, like look how bright it is. Look at that. It was so bright. So especially if you were in mid, and it would be even more so now because mid lane's so much wider. It's difficult on the eyes. It's so white. This one bit darker, and you know what? It has the benefit of that because now you have the torches illuminating the ground here, so you get a bit of visual difference in different spots of the map, which is really nice. It helps the lights to stand out that much more. And I think it's a bit cozier too. I think that's, if you want to go for a winter Christmas theme, you want to go for cozy. So the old one, I mean, I love the old winter map, but it definitely feels more like a blizzard game 3 or like a tundra of sorts. This one feels like this is more campfire cozy. It's a bit, yeah, a bit warmer colors, which is nice. Yeah, someone said that the Panda Lux has unique textures on her chromos. Hold on. I need to stand up real quick. Oh. I just have to do some of my stretches. One sec. I was like, my goober was about to sneeze. Yeah. Must be getting more bees. All I want for Christmas is the feeling in my hands back. But this is still awesome. This is great. Very excited about it. Look at that. Look how colorful it is. That's so nice. So happy about this. I mean, isn't it crazy? As much as like, cause I try to like weigh things out. Gotcha skins, ass garbage. Having betting shit in esports, ass garbage. But man, we went through such a long period of drought where we got nothing like this. We got what, like 1, 2, 3, 4 map changes in this year alone. All the motion comics and extra cinematics. All the music. All the game modes. Like, in terms of casual stuff to enjoy, this year's been great. There's been so much for casual players to enjoy here. Betting on esports is the only way to keep esports sustainable, and that is a fact. Yeah. I just think it's shitty. I think it's shitty because the betting sites tend to prey on people who are not in a financial situation where they can bet on things. It's an incredibly predatory market. And they know that they're doing that. They know full well that's what they're doing. Lauren, yeah, Lore's been, they've been doing a lot of stuff this year. I did see someone. I feel bad because Chris doesn't deserve the flack, but it was just like someone comparing, just like, man, you see how much Unara's gotten this year, like the cinematic and all the motion comics and being part of like the big new skin line with Spirit Blossom Springs and being one of the faces of Worlds. And then you look at Smolder. It's like, man. maybe some characters get special treatment above others or something. I don't know. Smolder hasn't even gotten a new skin yet. Aurora is getting like a special edition skin in Wild Rift. She's been added to Wild Rift and gotten a special skin before Smolder's even got. Smolder is approaching to have been out for 2 years, hasn't he? Which is crazy. Yeah, Smolder got a YouTube short. That was his announcement. Like, it's kind of insane Like it feels like Smolder was just like they worked too much on him. They just had to get him out the door. It's like, I don't fucking care. Throw him out there. Gets a YouTube short. And then just no skin for 2 years. No real teaser or anything. Completely forgotten about. It's like literally turned him into Spyro, yeah. Or Dragon Hatchling, yeah. Also, the fact, like, lore-wise, he just exists. You could, you literally could write Smolder out of the lore, and there would be zero impact. Like, literally nothing. He doesn't have a single interaction with any actual champion in the game. Where do you think, unless they changed it on the wiki, where do you think that they designate Smolder to as his region? Or like, what champions would he be related to? Because they always You'd think Camivore. Unfortunately, Camivore is not listed as its own region. Abilities. That's not what I'm looking for. Where's the damn lore page? The wiki lists him as Camivore. Where's the actual League of Legends page that shows you the champions? Smolder lore? That's the biography. That's not what I'm looking for, though. Biography. Well, the related champions. Viego. Well, just because they're dragons. He's never interacted with these two in his life. What? Nor has he interacted with Viego. Just because he's from Camivore. That's like saying, oh yeah, here's Darius, related champion Vladimir, or related champion Briar. What? They have nothing to do with each other at all. See if I can find this. Where's Smolder? On here. Smolder. Okay, this used to say fucking Noxus, man. This said Noxus at one point because his egg got drifted off to that or he was kidnapped by Noxians or something. Ugh. What champions can be removed from the lore? There's quite a few. I don't know. Related to the painter. Ooh. That Smolder has with the Reliant challenge thing. They're on opposite team. Yeah, he has like the dragon stacks thing. But like, it's just because he's a dragon. Like, he has nothing to do. He's a completely arbitrary addition. And I make this point actually in the mystery project I'm working on, that like, does a champion need to be super important to the lore to justify its own existence? You know, like, it feels like for the most part, every character that they introduce, Yunara's a great example actually. Yunara, Mel's a good example. When a character is introduced, that like, this is the main character, like they are the most important thing that has ever happened to this region up till now. You know, like, they're in everything. Like, yeah, they have all these new powers that we've never heard of before and completely warp the lore to fit their own existence and narrative, right? And then you have the opposite end where Smolder is just a dragon. And it's like, can you make a character that doesn't need to be the main character and still have it feel like it fits in Runeterra somewhere? Side characters champion, yeah. I think actually a great example, which I mentioned in the video as well, is Rek'Sai. That's a character that just big sand shark in the middle of the desert. By all definition, is just a mob monster. Quinn still has stuff to do, though. She still has relationships with other champions. She has relationships with Garen. You know, Rek'Sai is just her own separate thing. So that was an animated splash. Yeah, I miss when they made these. Although they did make them for, they still make them for the new champions, right? But they only put them in the client for some reason. Rek'Sai's definitely related to Emilio, yeah. I mean, if technically, I guess so. How Skarner, Ishtal is isolated because Skarner deems it so, and his whole thing was he was fighting back the void. He was protecting Ishtal. So like,
Hello.
but then you could, does Skarner related champions just have all the Voidborn or something? Uh, those Skarner Emilio. Now that would be a good character dynamic. The young blood. It's literally the Zoomer and the Boomer of Ishtal. And it's fire and rock, like almost polar opposites. That, you know, yeah, that'd be good. Not Talia or Kaisa, yeah. But that's a perfect example then of what I mean, where Rek'Sai doesn't really have a connection. You know, she's not a character as such. She's just a monster. So, you know, and that's, I think, is also kind of why people forget about her. Because she is just a monster. She doesn't have a personality. She's just an animal. You know, she's not evil. One could argue like her level of sentience isn't really that above that of an animal. But because of that, she's not a character. She doesn't really have a personality. Any personality that she has been imprinted upon her by the community. I guess I should have been one. I mean, a sandworm is also, that's been done 1,000 times. So she's cool. Yeah, she's cool. She's a cool monster. But then so are all the other Xersai. You know, they have all the other Xersai that they introduced in LOR, and they're all cool too. Rek'Sai doesn't have anything that makes her feel special. What's the community personality? Best girl. They're just like, oh yes, best girl Rex. Or they're just like, they look at Seraphine or Ari, something like, it's like, I would never simp. And then they have Rex as like, everything, of course, my queen. That's it's joke. It's a joke personality that like she's best girl. I think it's funny, but you know, it's not actually anything she has. Kog'Maw is another example of a character that has no personality. And the community kind of gave him one. But I mean, I like what the community gave him. You know, he's just a little goober. The Void puppy. I think Arcane Magic was from the Void infected Victor because he built a hive mind and looked like the Void. I mean, we still don't even know where the hell Hextech even comes from. They never explained that at all. How the human character blends together in my mind as a person. Rek'Sai stands up to me as the monster. Yeah. But then, you know, you encounter the problem there, right? Where, like, Rek'Sai is not as memorable and doesn't really get to be in many things because she is just a monster. You know? So, like, can you strike the middle ground? Can you make a... That's kind of the big question that I'm asking. It's like, can you make a monster that is also a character? I think the obvious answer is yes, you can. Absolutely. Absolutely, you can. Oh, there we go. Best example. Absolutely. Absolutely, you can. Warwick, Volibear, another great example. Zac. Maybe before the lore retcon. Tom Kench, fantastic. I argue even Skarner. Skarner's a great example. Like Skarner has a personality and goals. They didn't give him many connections to modern Ishtal is the problem, but Ishtal is kind of all over the place. But I think Skarner's a great example of like, yeah, he is a monster through and through, but he's still his own person. And he talks, yeah. Can you give a personality to a monster that doesn't talk? I think you can. I think you can. You want to... Look, I know the movie's not great, but any of the main 4 monsters from Godzilla, Kong, New Empire, or even the MonsterVerse in general, like Godzilla and Kong have very distinct personalities from each other. That shit-eating grin that Godzilla has when it gets on his face when he revels at beating the shit out of Kong. You know, they got personalities. They don't talk. I guess Kong kind of does. He's got sign language, sort of, but Godzilla doesn't. Oh! No. You want the best example? Hold on. Best example. Best example for me I can think of. Just gave it back to my mind. This motherfucker. Look at this fucking beta. Look at that face. He's like, yeah, okay, fine. Rodan in this movie, and I mean this in the most endearing way, is a loser. Rodan is a complete loser in this movie, and I mean that in the most endearing way. That he just gets his shit rocked by everybody, and whoever beats him, he's just subservient. He's like, yes, my liege. I'm sorry. Just see, you can give monsters who don't talk a personality. Yeah, he swapped sides immediately. Like the moment Ghidorah was dead, he swapped sides. Like, nope, I am not dealing with this. Oh, it's great. Yeah, he's the goon. Yeah, he's just the jobber. Before goon was taken into a very different term. But you could definitely give monsters a personality, even if they don't talk. But that's not what they were going for with Rek'Sai. They didn't really want to give... Rek'Sai, again, I think Rek'Sai is just meant to be an animal. Which is fine. And I think it's... In that sense, she's very unique for League, but... Yeah. Ghidorah himself is probably the best example of them all. Yeah, Ghidorah is like cartoonishly... Like he's just evil. Or Fatalis as well, right? Fatalis in Monster Hunter? Also a good example. That's a monster, like all the monsters in Monster Hunter are animals. You know, they're not acting maliciously. They're just living to survive. And if they're killing things, it's just because they're trying to eat. But Fatalis is legitimately, like, he is just evil. He just kills because he likes to kill. These aura farms, yeah. It's definitely possible. I just think that League hasn't explored it as much as they could have. Fiddlestick's another great monster. For as many like kind of garbage ones that they had, League does have a lot of great monstrous and non-human characters. Bard is great. I think Blitz is so much better now because of 2XKO. Mundo's good. Evelyn's good. Evelyn's like kind of really bordering on it, but Fiddlesticks is great. Galio's great. Iron's great. Kindred's fantastic. Kog'Maw, I have nostalgia for. I'm biased. Ruin King Maokai, Mordekaiser. Nefarious, regardless. Cho'Gath, I am super biased for Cho'Gath because Cho'Gath was the first character I ever played. This is the character that got me into League of Legends in the first place. But by no metric is Cho'Gath a good monster design. In terms of uniqueness, he is every Tyrannid, Zerg, you know, fantasy, 40k, whatever. You mush them all into a blender and you get Cho'Gath. Like, it was I don't remember the names of them, but is there? What are these? What are these things even called? That one's got like a Cthulhu face, so that's kind of interesting. I can probably even just 40K Tyranid. Oh, mid character models. There was some video I saw that was showing them 40K game. What was this game called? Was it? What was the name of the? What? 40K game? Was it Space Marines? Tyranids. Space Marines 2. 4K Space Marines 2. I swear I saw a video of all the character models. Did I hate? Oh, I thought that was AI for a second. Ugh. Tyranid models. There we go. That's the. There we go. Look at that. Cho'Gath with a gun. Cho'Gath with a different gun. Cho'Gath with another gun. Cho'Gath with no legs. See, that body is like, that is very. It's like the Cthulhu head. He's got a Cthulhu head, but you see what I mean? Like it's all, you know, or this guy, Carnifex. Yeah, I think someone mentioned that. Yeah, he's got two scythe hands, but you see what I mean? Like Cho'Gath he's just these kinds of aliens. But Cho'Gath was also designed back in the day. You know, Riot didn't really care too much about originality. So yeah, and his face is just the Violator from Spawn. Yeah. He basically took the body type of the Tyranids and Zergs and slapped the Violator from Spawn's face on there. Would you like to watch 30 shorts instead of what you're I don't know what happened to the search engine for Google in every variety, but goddamn, it's ass to try and find anything these days. Yeah, when Riot was just like, they were just making tropes and they didn't really have anything besides tropes. So, it is what it is. I still like Cho'Gath. I have nostalgia for Cho'Gath, so obviously I'm biased. ChatGPT taking Google's job. One can only pray that the AI bubble bursts. Hopefully soon. That would be wonderful. Chonat small with wings. It's shitty on purpose, makes you spend more time so they can show you more ads. God, that's stupid. Yeah, I think that's about everything. Yeah, we've seen the new skins look kind of nice. Okay. I don't know, Wild's event tomorrow? It's tonight, actually. So it should be actually, it's in like an hour actually. The economy will apparently crash and actually will get their lives even more ruined. Yeah. That's completely on America though. That's on America for just like funneling. They literally put all their eggs in one basket. They just decide, you know what? Our entire economy is going to be based on AI now. Which is I don't know what's going on in that country, but I feel as a Canadian, it feels like I'm living in the attic of a crack house. Like I'm just like, what the hell is going on downstairs, guys? Like, what are you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, crypto. Yeah, I mean, I think it speaks volumes that all the people who were jumped on NFTs, then jumped to crypto, then jumped on AI. It's like, there's a pattern here, guys. There's a very clear pattern. I don't know. Great Depression. Yeah, I don't know. So, my mafia boss, York. Yeah. Don't worry, we don't know either. Yeah. Bit of a mess. It's just gambling. Yeah, I don't know. Thing is, I remember back when it was what, like 2021 or something, and what was that thing called? What was that website? Like Crayon or something. Something. It was just like, you know, those like absolutely completely horrifically shitty generated images. I remember that was funny. Because it was just like, it was so funny to see, like, wow, it has no idea what the hell it's talking about. Or if it did, it just ever so vaguely looked like what you typed in, but it was so obviously bad. Not Mid-Journey, no, it was the other thing. So I remember I used some of those for one of the Jeopardies because it was so funny how bad it was. But it's just improved so fast. And now at the point with the video, or now people were already struggling to Facebook, those like very obviously AI generated images on Facebook, and people were falling for that, and now there's the video. All I'm saying, very happy that I decided to keep my identity on the internet using a goober guy instead of my actual face. Because, yeah, I don't, yeah, remember, yeah, you typed in Skarner and it just was a plane. Like, I had no idea what the hell it was. Yeah, Dolly, right, that was the one. Yeah, it was terrible. Ain't no deep faking me. Nope. Be goober when? Technically, there is one. Technically, I'm never using it, though. My dad regularly watches shorts with grandma's talking about life and savings. I don't know. I hope
Hello.
yeah. I feel bad for all the normal American people that if the AI bubble does burst, I feel bad for all the normal American people who just like they didn't do anything. They weren't invested in this garbage. Oh yeah, Trump using all the AI shit. God. What a mess. Just long hair with face. That's true. That's the most I've shown myself, right? I think that's the most I've shown myself. Boyo, that's me. It was like, that's the most you're gonna get out of me there. God, I look. Also, doesn't help that I look terrible, but. Oh, this was fun though. This was good times, man. Oh yeah, God, the Nikki Girl art contest, God. I'm kind of happy I've like kind of phased that out. Speaking of, yeah, that's the new mascot. We got a shot. I believe we got like a shot of you. It's like in front of a riot sign, and the waist up. I mean, it still wouldn't be. At the riot event, I was the only time I was not in the mask and beanie, I think, was when I was in my hotel room. I don't think there's a single shot of me outside of it. Because I think I was like anywhere, in the airport, in the bus ride there, at riot, at the hotel. Like it was just, if I was in my hotel room by myself, then that was it. I missed the Nikki Girl. the way that I felt about it after a while was just like, it feels half the time whenever, especially this happens if you have if the content creator is male, if they make a female persona, it's like almost always for people just to be weird over. And it's like, if I'm gonna have a character mascot that's like that, I'd rather it would be a character that one that I actually designed myself, whose purpose is to be like that and also isn't just supposed to be me. So it just, yeah, no more Nikki Girl then. Probably not, no. Was that a rat? No, that was just bars. That's a real quote that he said. He said that. Yeah, Mbessa didn't get a new skin, and you're right. Do you think Mbessa's ever, like, she won't get a skin ever? Oh, the model still exists. Still there. That's also why, like, if I ever stream with the cast model, you know, I get Sam on to do it. One, because she actually voiced Cass, but also because, like, I feel awkward about it, man. I have trouble with people looking at me normally like that. Like, God, ugh. Whatever. I guess I can feel my bones withering. Anyway, and my back hurts so much right now. I still have to do. I have to put the finishing touches on the rapid fire review when it's finished. Make sure that's up for tomorrow. But yeah, I think that will probably do it for the stream today. I get good at League. It came to the wrong place. I apologize. I'm not a. Best I can do is like low emerald, and I got there by accident. Really, I'm more like plat level. So, good day to the laser streams, yes. So, I'll call it there for the day. I'm gonna go rest and lay down, and then probably just continue doing some work tonight.
Nikki, you fucking piece of shit!
It's a lot better than the last video. Yeah, the thing is about the breathing is that I think it's gotten better on average, but it phases in and out. So I'll have one day where I feel mostly normal, and then another day where it just hits me. So I don't know. But on average, it's been getting better. I had like a couple weeks there where it was just bad almost 24/7. So that's why the Flora Fatalis one sounded like just so awful. Because I was like, well, I can't delay it any longer. I have to record it, but I sound like shit. So anyway, thank you folks. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Thank you for all the bits and the subs. And I'll see you in the next one, all right? Goodbye, everyone. Good night. Have a good night. Goodbye. Have a good Wednesday. Goodbye. Yeah.